So I've been playing around with the Samsung Tab S7 FE for almost 2 weeks. And I must say, this is a productivity beast. And this is the greatest investment that I've ever made since being an Apple iPad user for almost 8 years. So let's talk about the setups that I've been doing with this productivity beast. And I kid you not, this is such a great laptop alternative. Although there are some quirks that you may need to live with if you're gonna use it in the long term, but I think Samsung will figure some things out to improve that tablet through software updates. Heck, if there was a trade-in promo in Samsung Philippines, I'd be willing to upgrade it for an S7 Plus. But that's just a bonus. So, the TLDR of this video is the overall experience is great. So great that I've only used my work from home laptop twice in the last 2 weeks. So anyway, without further ado, here's my detailed experience with the Samsung Tab S7 FE. After 2 weeks of using it, let's go! So using the S7 FE in tablet mode is a breeze. I feel like my brain has created a state wherein if I see my S7 FE in tablet mode, my brain immediately registers that I'm in my downtime. Actually, gaganahan pa akong lumabas at tumambay sa cafe, just to, use the tablet and shit. So, I get to draw, game, sketch, the usual stuff that you would do on a tablet. Binge watching Netflix and YouTube videos are pretty enjoyable despite the tablet having only two external speakers instead of four. So, it's actually loud enough if you don't want to put in your headphones. And the screen size is just right. Even recording quick songs that I want to sing does the job. Especially the fact that it can read USB microphones with the default Samsung camera app. But for some odd reason, I haven't figured out why my USB mics don't read well in my Samsung A51 because I had to install a separate camera app called Open Camera just to make the mics work. I'd love to show you guys how I use this for music production, but I think that'll have to wait at least when I come back from vacation next month. And also, I had a struggle of finding my capture card so you can also see the software that I use. So, subscribe na kayo if you gusto yung abangan yun sa next video. Anyway, moving on. Since I travel a lot, nahawa na ako sa jowa ko. And my work mostly involves writing and a bit of light video editing. The specs are still keeping up in 2023. Well, yeah, the tablet just released last June 2021, so this is fairly new. But the biggest surprise that this tablet gave me is the Samsung DeX, which is the biggest selling point of getting any Samsung tablet, if you ask me. Because whenever my brain sees the tablet screen formed like a desktop, I automatically switch to productive mode. Samsung honestly picked up the right parts to downgrade for the FE version. I just wish that it had a higher spec processor so I don't get annoyed by the rare lags. But don't get me wrong, I'm really contented with the 60Hz refresh rate and performance, especially if I'm primarily using this for work. If I wanted a tablet with a higher refresh rate and heavily game on it, then I would invest in an S7 Plus or higher, but it's not really my priority. And I know that there's the latest Tab S9 coming out, but I'm not really hyped for that. Besides, I'm not even profitable yet in my gaming video content niche, so I don't see the need to get a better tablet. At least not yet. But I do get occasional game review writing gigs from time to time, so at least this tablet does the job in that category. Which takes me to the next part where other YouTubers that I've watched did not really test. Live streaming. Yeah, you heard it right. You can actually stream your mobile games or even just do music streams or singing in this tablet. I tried it with Wild Rift. I did some test streams on Twitch and it's watchable. Surprisingly, it can go as high as 720p 60 FPS after testing it out in Omelette Arcade. I think if I had the S7 Plus, it can handle the load better since it has a better processor. But I guess that also depends on your internet connection. I also tried playing some light games via Steam Link, and to my surprise, it was an overall smooth experience as long as you have stable internet connection. Though my 8-bit gamepad bugged when I tried connecting it via Bluetooth, like the trigger buttons weren't working. But connecting a USB wired Logitech controller apparently did the trick. So I tried playing Corpse Keeper, an indie game that I recently reviewed here on my channel, as well as a bit of Tekken. So let's go to the pros. First, it's actually easy to pack it in your bag. And as a bonus, if you have like external keyboards and mice, yeah, the tablet supports it as long as you have a USB-C hub. And the Samsung Tab can also handle productivity apps quite well. I can get like almost 8 apps open at the same time in Dex mode, and I didn't have any significant slowdowns while using it. I also suggest connecting this to a PC monitor so you can have both tablet and Dex mode at the same time. And I also like how the Tab S7 FE implements its memory management. So if you're in a tablet and monitor setup, take note that Samsung Dex limits opening of apps to just 5 at a time if you're projecting it into a monitor. And if you open a 6th app, Dex will close the least used app. And I guess that's all that I have to say with the pros. Now let's go with the cons. So the cons that I had with this tablet are mostly word processor related since I do a lot of writing in this tablet. So the common issues that I encountered is working with Microsoft Office online. So the issue is whenever I type whatever I want, it magically erases the one that I just typed. It's honestly annoying. But thank goodness I found the solution. Just install Google Docs and you should be fine for the most part. So another light issue that I have with the S7 FE is when using the S Pen to drag and drop certain HTML elements whenever I'm browsing. Like if I wanna dabble around with no-code platforms and drag some objects using the S Pen, it won't work. But the workaround is just using a Bluetooth mouse instead. It could have been cool if I could use my S Pen to play around with some no-code platforms. But yeah, I guess that's it. So for my final thoughts, should you really get this productivity beast of a tablet? And it's a resounding yes, yes, yes. Especially if it's on sale. Like, nabudol na ako dito, 12,000 pesos off. Like, it's a steal. It's a super steal. And especially if your priority is productivity over gaming, it's a no-brainer. Just get it. Like I said earlier, this tablet is just 2 years old. But the only caveat that I have is I hope it gets long-term updates. Similar to how Apple takes care of their previous gen products when it comes to software. For Samsung, I actually feel that they can somewhat pull this off. I mean, look at this camera that I'm using. It's a Samsung Galaxy J7 Pro, which released last 2017 and it's been 6 years-ish. And this phone is still working. And I'm using it as a recording webcam, right? So, yeah, I guess that's about it. Don't forget to subscribe if you like the video. And see you on the next one as I try to explore music production this time with this tablet. And this has been your Fake Oppa. And I'll see you on the next videos. Paalam sa inyong lahat.